Namaste. Thank you so much for dropping by this video. To anyone who's new to this channel, a very warm welcome. This channel is all about the difference between actual non-duality and fake non-duality, how to recognize it, and actually how to recover from fake non-duality, aka Neo-Advaita. And so today I'm going to be sharing about a comment I got. Someone wrote, my favorite saying is beware the guru. There are so many online these days for every topic you can imagine. I've fallen for so many over the years in hope of finding answers to life's problems. But in the end, they were all con artists. I'm so skeptical now. Maybe I'm jaded, but I feel like mankind's default organizational type is the cult. Anything above that is a freaking miracle of hard work and determination not to fall into that trap. If an answer to life's problem sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Wow, I love the last sentence. Neo-Advaita it's too good to be true. It sounds too good to be true, so it probably is. Neo-Advaita has two primary messages. There's nothing to do since you already are that. Or just inquire. What Neo-Advaita won't tell you is that you need to inquire constantly. And it won't tell you that you need to do, most people, not everyone, needs quite a bit of preparation in order to do that. And so, yeah, I just love this comment. Thank you so much. Beware the guru. I would say define the guru. Most of the people you'll find online, most of the people you'll find teaching Advaita Vedanta aren't actually gurus. So the definition of guru is really simple. In Advaita Vedanta terms, every school of Hinduism has their own definition, but in Advaita Vedanta, it's very simple. One who has realized the self, one who is living the truth, one who can lead others to it. And here's the kicker, that those first three might be hard to tell, but this last one will eliminate most of them. One who is in an established lineage. No lineage, no guru. Anyone can talk about Advaita Vedanta. I've done it. But they're actually not competent, qualified to lead unless they're part of an established lineage. And that sounds so boring and so like structured and even religious, right? But it's for a very good reason. And the analogy I use is here in most parts of the world, I was about to say here in the United States, but in most parts of the world, a doctor isn't allowed to practice medicine without a license. Anyone can sort of talk to anyone about health things or make suggestions within reason. There are even laws governing that. But there are very specific limits to who can do what from a medical perspective, like prescribe prescription drugs and surgeries. And like you have to be exquisitely trained and certified. And then here's the thing that most of these teachers aren't, then held accountable. Like if a doctor messes up, if things go well, they lose their license or they're suspended or there's consequences. So no tradition, no consequence, no tradition, no monitoring of, Advaita Vedanta is like soul surgery. I experienced it. I know people personally have experienced it. And many people come to this channel. If Advaita Vedanta is taught wrongly, it will distort your sense of yourself and not in a healthy way. It will distort your sense of life and the meaning of life. So if someone's not a part of a legitimate lineage, they have no place teaching Advaita Vedanta, really no place even talking about it. Really. And I'm such a go with the flow, free spirit kind of guy. It almost hurts to say that, but it's the freaking truth, because Advaita Vedanta is powerful and misapplied and mistaught. It's very powerful. So, and by the way, anyone who claims lineage through Papaji, that's not a legitimate lineage. Papaji was never given, that's not an actual lineage. He wasn't given permission to teach. Anyone who claims a lineage through Ramana Maharshi, again, not a legitimate lineage. Ramana Maharshi declared 2 people liberated, Lakshmi the cow and his mother right before she died, excuse me. So anyone teaching in the Ramana who's claiming a lineage with Ramana Maharshi, they either need to claim that they're channeling Ramana's mother, which if they're channeling a spirit and teaching from that, then you just want to run. Or they need to claim that Lakshmi the cow led them to liberation and gave them permission to teach. Because Ramana didn't give anyone permission to teach. So I'm going to read a little bit more of this comment. There are so many online these days. There really are. For every topic you can imagine, there really are, and usually with a price tag. I've fallen for so many over the years in hope of finding answers to life's problems. So this is why a guru needs to be a part of a tradition. This is why it's so serious. Being a spiritual teacher is so serious. It's as serious as being a doctor. When people come to a doctor, they are vulnerable. They are, and there is a huge power imbalance, because sometimes not always, but sometimes going to a doctor is a matter of life and death. Talk about a power imbalance. It's not exactly the same, but it's almost the same with a guru. Someone is seeking salvation. Someone is, sometimes people just go to a guru, they're curious. But a lot of people go to a guru because they are desperate, because they're looking for something. They're not just looking for like a fun afternoon. They're looking for the be all end all answer to life's problems. So this person says, but in the end, they were all con artists. I'm skeptical now. Maybe I'm jaded. Well, here's the thing. Now I've been talking about how a lot of these Neo-Advaita people are teachers are, bad news, but now it's time, when they say you point the finger at someone, you've got 3 fingers pointing at yourself. So here's the thing. Most of us who've been harmed by Neo-Advaita, most of us, a couple days ago, someone wrote to me that their life had been destroyed. And my life was almost destroyed by Neo-Advaita, severely damaged, almost destroyed. Those of us who did that, who experienced that, we also need to look in the mirror. The thing is we went without discernment. We just went and we either felt something good, or someone told us, oh, this person's enlightened and they can lead you to enlightenment. And we believed them without checking it out. Now, wouldn't it be nice if the world was just completely trustworthy? But it isn't. And I very naively assumed, oh, well, the spiritual world is different. Actually, it isn't. It's just as, if not as nasty and vicious as the regular world. It contains that element, and here we are in the West, in India, I'm sure there are plenty of pure teachers, don't have interest in big following, don't have interest in money, don't have interest in having sex with their students, don't have interest in controlling their students' lives. I'm sure but here we are in the West, in the spiritual marketplace. And I never got to talk to this person. I hope I one day too. I had a very dear friend. And she had a friend who was a pretty well-known physicist. It was a scientist. I believe it was physics. And because of this guy had this in with all these different spiritual teachers, all the big names. And he told my friend that the spiritual world is a blankety blank circus. It's an utter show. And she named some of the big names that he'd hung out with, many, many different teachers. I can't say I've hung out with a lot of big name teachers, but I've hung out with a lot of different teachers. And I can say the same thing. It's really a circus. There are true teachers out there, and a lot of what we just get in the West is a circus. So you don't need to be jaded, but you do need to be discerning. It's kind of like that thing of, if we were to go for a medical operation, we would do a little research. And Advaita Vedanta is a full-on personality, soul, mind-body operation. So there's a great video I found, and I posted it a couple weeks ago. I can't find it right now. A traditional Vishishta Advaita Vedanta teacher, which is a school that's related to yet different from Advaita Vedanta. And he said, he's a Swami. And so what he said is, you have to do your due diligence. You have to examine a guru, and you have to, a potential guru, and you have to see if what they're teaching is in line with the scriptures, specifically the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras. In Advaita Vedanta, those are the key scriptures. So this is kind of a block for most Westerners, because most Westerners aren't familiar with those things. Paradoxically, if you're not familiar with those things, you actually aren't familiar with Advaita Vedanta, and you have no radar for making a decision whether someone's a legit guru or not. Many of us fell for the Shaktipat trap. That's the spiritual energy that a teacher radiates. Just because a teacher radiates good energy, or we feel something special in their presence, sadly, that is not a legitimate criteria. I've experienced it firsthand. I know a teacher, the energy radiating from this person was off the freaking charts. You could feel it in the parking lot. And this teacher was married, had an affair, tried to control his students' lives. This is a lot of this is like firsthand accounts. This particular teacher I got to know quite well, and got to know the situation quite well. Pressured people to donate money, is paranoid about being killed, had an expensive alarm system installed in his house because he was paranoid about being killed. This person has clear obsessive compulsive disorder. Everything about their temple, they founded a temple, about their temple is like, it's like mathematically the cleanliness, the satsang is a ritual. Everything is done the same way each time. It talks for a certain length of time, then stops. I could just go on and on. Just horrific behavior. And anyone who goes to this temple is going to feel something. Even someone who has like no meditative experience, it's like just this field of energy. that I took one friend, and this person could feel it in the parking lot. We have a little background noise, so I'm going to take a little pause. Welcome to my live viewer. So having a good spiritual feeling at an event or with a teacher is not a legitimate, that doesn't qualify them as a guru. What qualifies someone as a guru is are they teaching what is in alignment with the script? And I'm just talking about Advaita Vedanta. Are they teaching what is in line with the scriptures? And are they living it? I just think I remembered how to find the video I was talking about. So I'm just taking a quick peek. I cannot find it. It's not meant to be today. So I understand this person who said that they feel jaded and skeptical. You don't have to be skeptical, but you do have to absolutely investigate. The opposite of skepticism is just sort of being credulous, just too easily believing. And in between the two is doing a little research before you entrust your soul and your destiny to someone. Because make no mistake about it. You know, I recently was talking with someone, and he fell into the Neo-Advaita trap. He's like, I found all these different videos and all these guys, and they were all saying the same thing, so I thought it must be true. Well, that's another thing. Popularity is not, and I'm not criticizing this person. Like, I fell for it too. I'm like, they're all saying the same thing. And they may all be saying similar themed things. But again, if you check out the scriptures and you read you read Ramana thoroughly, you'll see some glaring contradictions. Let's see if there's anything else I want to say. Yeah, I think that's all I have today. Hi to my one live viewer. If you have any questions or you want to share anything, please do so now. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up. All right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone who took the time to watch this video, and thank you so much to the person who left that comment. And I feel you. Yeah. We have this saying in the West: "Innocent till proven guilty." And in spirituality, maybe it needs to be something till proven guru. What's that word? Innocuous? Like something that's just average or nothing special until proven guru. Thank you so much for joining in. I wish everyone a beautiful, beautiful day. Take care.